Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 73 of my podcast, where I am wearing what I refer to as I ran out of clothes outfit because I'm doing laundry right now and I'm wearing some pants that I bought on Amazon that don't really fit because my ass is too fat. They didn't take into account the voluptuous nature of my asshole when they made these pants, and I ordered them, and now if I squat down, they kind of ride up a little, or fall down a little bit. I was going to say ride up, but that's not really the right phrase. If I squat, you could probably see my ass crack. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm a plumber, and come invite me over to your home and I will just reveal my ass crack to you and you can look at it in all its glory. I don't know if it's hairy. I'm not able to see that back part of me. You could tell me. I don't know. Please inform me on the nature of my asshole. Is it hairy? Is it spotless? Is it textured? What is my asshole like? Let me know. Go do a little research, okay? Now, this podcast requires you to do some fucking work, all right? I need you to comment down below. What's my asshole like? What is it like? Because I can't see it. So just tell me real quick. Just tell me what my asshole looks like, all right? Please tell me what. Now I'm gonna have to. You don't actually have to do anything anymore. I just solved my issues. I didn't have no more questions about my body because there's a camera. Cameras are like eyes that if you turn around while it's still there, it's right over there. I'll be able to see my asshole. So I don't really need you to tell me how my asshole is because now I know. And that was the first. Never mooned a camera before. I'm sorry to do that so suddenly, spring that on you. You know, I apologize, but it's for science. This is what we're talking about today. Spreading ass cheeks and just telling stories, fables about my asshole. You know, like the grim fairy tales. They wrote one about my asshole. Depending on, because I can't see it yet until I watch the video back, but I would imagine it's kind of hairy. Styles. Hairy asshole hairstyles. I'm gonna take my asshole hair and I'm gonna style it with some gel. I have a headache, and you know what? That's the worst. Don't you hate headaches? Don't you hate it when you just get fucked up at like all day Saturday, and then you wake up on Sunday with a headache? Because that's what I did. So that's where we're at. First thing on the docket today is guns. I think guns are good. Because if we didn't have guns, then we wouldn't be able to fight wars. And wars are good because it stimulates the economy. Nothing gets money moving like murder, you know? We love murder. Oh man. If lives are being taken, money's being making. Fuck. So close. If lives are being taken, there's money to be making. That's their slogan. That's America's slogan. As long as we're killing someone, I can still just pocket, you know, just take whatever they owned because you killed them. It's really humane. And when you think about it, the fact that we're all going to die, everything's a net zero. So go crazy. Go fucking kill someone. It doesn't matter. this is our little play place, this world. You know, it is whatever you make of it. We could just sit here in our room recording a podcast and then putting that out to people and telling people like, listen, there's no real rules. You can kill someone. And it's, you know, morally probably bad. I mean, we can all agree on things that, you know, I think morals definitely come from like, if you wouldn't want somebody to do it to you, you shouldn't do it to somebody else. But if you don't give a fuck because life is chaos, then, you know, shoot someone, I guess. But I would recommend probably not doing that because killing people is a little extreme and you shouldn't do it. But people choose to do it every single fucking day. How there's been like over 200 mass shootings this year so far. I don't know if that's just America, probably. So that's more than one every day. We're not 200 days into the year. We are not even halfway through the year. So at this rate, by the end of the year, there'll be about 500 mass shootings a year. And if you think about it, because there was an incident at the American Dream Mall that is in New Jersey. It's near me, and I've been there a few times. And there was an incident where people just started running away from something, presumably a gun. I don't know what happened, but it was locked down and all this shit happened. And it blows my mind how there's just still like, after that happens, right? After there's a shooting at a mall, I'm like, so are they closed now? How long are they going to be closed? How long does it take a mall to heal emotionally? You know, how much do these businesses give any shits about people's mental? You know, like there'll be a shooting and then they'll stay open the rest of the day. It's like, all right, we got the shooter, but keep shopping, dude. Why? I'm not gonna risk my life to go to a fucking PacSun. And anytime I go to the mall, every single time I go to the mall, I'm looking for something, I find something. Even if it's just an album. I bought this album because I found it in person and I was like, I bet I could find it online for cheaper. I go every time I go to the store in person. I see something, I'm like, I could probably find it online for cheaper. I find it online for cheaper, I order it, and then I drive home. That's my mall experience every single time. Because I'm not a big, like, I'm not a hype beast. I'm wearing a plain t-shirt, you know? I don't really give a shit about brands. So could give a fuck about Gucci, you know? As long as it's cloth and it's on me, then it's doing its job. I can just order it online. And I don't have to risk my life to go to Champion. Is that a store? Did I just combine a brand and a store? Champs? That's a store, right? I'm not going to risk my life to go to Hot Topic, okay? So guns are in hot debate. Hot because of the barrel of the gun gets hot when you shoot it. That's why it's hot debate. Now, people don't like guns because they can kill people. And people like guns because it was written one day. It was written on a piece of paper. It said, you can have bear arms. And they're like, oh, hell yeah, I get to own a weapon, which is great. Because back in the day, it was a fucking, you had to like stuff the thing down and like I put a pellet in, you know? It was like a rifle with a bayonet at the end. It's not the fucking automatic weapon where it can shoot over and over and over. Like, you needed a gun back in the day because life was life was more chaos than it is now. We have illusion of control, and that is terrifying People think that they have control, and then once they get reminded that they don't, then it's just like, oh fuck. And I bet that does wonders for people's mental illness. Just the stark reminder that you're not in control of anything, and one day you could just be dead. Because you don't know how many times I've been walking around just like shitty areas, and I'm just like, man, what if I'm just here 1 second and then all of a sudden I'm shot, you know? Like, guns are pretty scary. That always could be an option, that you could just die. But so far in my life, I've taken the chances and I haven't died yet. So I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's good. And you really don't know. You could go to fucking Dave and Buster's and get shot in the head. And that's America. Isn't that what America's all about? Chaos. Everyone's just out for themselves. We like to think that we're a community, but we're not. We're just a segregated group of people attacking each other. That's what America is. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I think we need more automatic weapons. I think we need bombs. Why aren't bombs legal? You know, if we're talking about population control and all the solutions to, listen, they just got rid of, hear me out. I'm going to say something, it's not going to make much sense to begin with, but I'll get there, okay? They banned plastic straws in New Jersey. We're running out. All the businesses are using whatever plastic straws that they have left, and then they're not allowed to give any more out. And now we're going to paper straws. And that's like great, paper straws. But that's only cups. That's only straws. We haven't even fucking finished the issue with that. Like, if and people are pissed about the paper straw. I'm pissed about the paper straws because they suck. And I have no idea how I was going to get around to guns. You take away, now I have to figure out some way to get there. You take away something as simple as plastic straws and people throw fucking fits on social media. Just like, I mean, it's true. It's like, now I go to this coffee shop in town and they give me the paper straw and I put it in the thing. The cup is still all made out of plastic. More plastic was used than to make the straw. And the straw sits in the cup for about 30 minutes and then the cup just like descends. You have to, like, after you put the straw in, you have to open up the lid, like, slot a little more so it doesn't crush the straw and make it all goopy. And if, you know, because moisture and paper, you know, if we really gave a shit, we would we would just ban plastic, but we're not going to do that because Americans, I have no idea how I was going to bring this to guns. I had it all mapped out in my head, dude. I was going to talk about straws and somehow it was going to relate to guns, but I lost it. So I guess it doesn't. So I guess paper straws and guns they're not the same. But point is, you ban something as simple as that, and people find all these ways to go around it and not listen. And you think that if you ban guns, you realize, okay, so here's the thing about the people who want to ban guns are also the people who don't think there should be police. Okay, hear me out. Just follow my logic, okay? There shouldn't be guns, correct, okay? There shouldn't be police. Then who's gonna get rid of the guns? If you want no more guns, that means you have to get then you're going to bring in the military to come and forcibly take away everybody's guns. And you want to talk about a fucking fascist state? The fuck? Because that's what it would have to be. Let's just think about, okay, yes, they ban guns so that no more people can be shot the way it is in other countries, right? Because we can agree that less mass shootings is good. If you ban guns, someone has to forcibly take them away because people don't want to give up their guns because they believe it's their right, because it's written on a fucking old piece of paper that doesn't make sense today, right? We can agree. Guns became too good at being guns, and now we want to get rid of them. But it's like the damage is already done. So if you have I just don't see how that would be a good situation ever. If there's a bunch of police who are standing outside of a school for an hour, scared to go in because there's a gun in there, when they have guns, first off, why are you even a police officer if you're scared to go in? Because there's a kid with a gun? You're an adult with a gun. He's got a better gun. Okay. So you're saying that police should have tanks. I think there should be tanks parked outside schools so that if anybody goes into school with an automatic rifle, you can just fucking blow up the school. Shoot the school. Fucking what classroom is he in? Fucking kill him. And yeah. Listen, there's gonna be some casualties, okay? It's would you rather your kid get killed by the school shooter or the tank that the police used to kill the school shooter, okay? You shoot a fucking big old bomb into the school and then everybody's safe. Yeah, I don't have an answer for this. You're coming to me and you expect me to have the answer? I think the only way to, the only solution here is to just give everybody a gun. Everybody has to have an AR-15 on them at all times. Because it's safe that way. Because at least if you can kill me, I can be like, well, bitch, I can kill you. So it's just whoever kills me first. I like how people say that a gun is self-defense when it is clearly an offensive type of deal. Like you buy a gun for self-defense. I'll buy a shield for self-defense. That's self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Gun. Super duper offensive. If somebody comes up to you and starts punching you or whatever, you shoot them, and that's self-defense. Personally, in my definition of things, I would say that probably self-defense would look a little more like a shield. Someone comes up and starts punching you. Oh, I have a pad. Okay? I have body armor. What, we should bring back, I mean, it could be fashionable to wear body armor in public. You go to the mall, don't forget your helmet. Don't forget your fucking full knight's outfit. You're a knight now of the round table. We need just to get back to the Dark Ages. Why were they the Dark Ages? And do you think the people living in the Dark Ages knew that they were going to be called the Dark? What's this going to be called? The Internet Age? Probably. So yeah, I think they probably knew it was the Dark Ages. I mean, everything's just so dark. Like about what, you know? Yeah, I don't know. So I saw this thing on the internet. And this because we're in the internet age. And it said that Elon Musk chooses. Hold up, let me read it verbatim. Elon Musk chooses sides on gun control debate. Now, I'm under the impression personally that there are two sides to this gun control debate. That you either like guns or you don't like guns. But it says that he chose sides, plural. So now you got me thinking that this is some type of a polygon of some sort, that there's more sides to be had than just one. I was, up until now, I was under the impression that it was just a line and then there was like either side of the line. But now that there's sides to be chose, that we're talking that, is this an octagon? What kind of, like, how many sides are there to this? How is this like a hexagon? What shape are we talking about? Because we're talking very abstract now. Like up until this point, I thought it was maybe like a line, and it was you chose one side of the line, or there were like two lines and you just chose a line. I mean, if you think about it, it could be. You don't know. It's not very clear, and I'm a little confused now because they're talking sides. I personally, I don't have multiple opinions. I mean, I'm not married to my ideas. This whole podcast is just me shitting on everything exclusively, just trying to find angles and shit, you know? So I take sides on issues, but never multiple sides for one issue. You know, you gotta at least be grounded in some. If you can, what? So is he neutral? He takes both sides. Out of how many sides are there, Elon? What? How many sides are there to this shape of the gun control debate? Are there, Elon? What sides, and I'm not going to read the article because it doesn't fucking matter. I'm talking about the phrasing of the title of the article. I'm not even talking about Elon Musk. I don't give a shit what he thinks. I'm talking to the street. Okay? The article written by the street. What side is he on? What sides? No, sorry, my bad. What sides? See, it doesn't even make sense. It's like we're just changing language. Language evolves. You start saying they, them. He's like, I thought there were multiple people. He's like, yeah, but you would say it if you know, oh, they're over there, you know? It's like, how many sides are there? How is he taking multiple sides? What are the sides? How many sides does he take up? What is? I don't get it. It doesn't really make sense. Personally, I think there should be more guns. I think everybody should be killed. Because, oh, I remember okay. Overpopulation. Here are issues that are happening in the world. Overpopulation is a big one of them. Pollution, the side hustle of overpopulation is pollution, and global warming is the result of all that shit. So when you ban straws, you're trying to reduce pollution, when really what you should be trying to do is reduce the population, because the people, we can agree that if you are living, you are destroying the earth. So we need less people to be living in order for nature to heal. So if you think about it like that, if you think about it like Humans are the disease. We're polluting the earth, killing the earth, because there's just so many of us. And we can all agree that we don't want to have a Chinese type limit on how many kids you can have, because that's destroying your freedom, right? You want to have your freedom. So how about we just give people as much freedom as they can, so that people have the freedom to just kill a bunch of people. I think if you equip all the people in the world with a gun, more shootings will happen. And you think that's a bad thing. But the world is chaos, always has been. The only difference is access. Okay, great. So now everybody has a gun and anyone can shoot you at any fucking time. Awesome. That is going to do wonders for global warming and climate change and overpopulation. We're going to get those numbers down, dude. Anytime I see a mass casualty event, I celebrate a little bit because I'm like, ooh, nature's healing. All these things that's like the people on the internet who find these weird little niche groups of people to just fucking circle jerk themselves with, where they just like hate the opposite sex. They're not going to procreate. So there's less numbers there. People dislike them. Probably more higher rates of suicide in those groups. Mental illness. I think all these things that our bodies are doing, killing and just murder and just poisoning the well of just everything that there is. Just everybody's a little sick now. Everybody in America is a little mentally fucked. One way or the other, no matter what you believe, because they have fed us everything that you could possibly consume. So whatever you consumed that's your mental illness that you got. What's your mental illness? I consumed too much media or whatever. And that's not really a life, to just be taking in what you're given and just be like, this is what I think. I think everybody should have a gun because it's self-defense. It's not self-defense. We can tell you that for sure. It would be self-defense if it was a shield. So I'm going to just start walking around with a shield. Because I don't want to die, but I don't think that the military coming and seizing everybody's guns is a solution either, because that's like declaring war on the people, which is exactly why they have their guns, because they are worried that people will invade them. You see what this is? Like, okay, so Republicans have guns because they are scared of the government taking over. And the people on the left want guns to be forcibly taken away. So really, if you follow through on that, what you're doing is creating the war that Republicans fear. And they will fight back. So do you wanna start a war on half of America, the armed half? Because I don't. I think we could just keep on killing each other until it's either that or a war on ourselves, you know? People bully and people get bullied and are like, well, now you have to die for doing that, and maybe I'll kill myself when it's all said and done. So really, it's like a net zero when you think about it like that. It's like karmic in a way, you know? I've been bullied, and you need to pay for you bullying me. But I'm also sound enough in my logic of karma that when I kill you, I need to kill myself. A murder-suicide. So brilliant. Give it up for school shooters. They're ahead of their time, truly. Their morals are in the clouds. They get it. They get it. School shooters are probably the most morally sound people in our society because half the time they kill themselves afterwards anyway. So it's just like you bully if so really bullies. Hey bullies, stop bullying? Is that the solution? Because if you don't bully, then you won't. So you need to be constantly in fear of what you say and why you say it and who to whom you say it. Because you could say the wrong thing to the wrong person, and then if you do that, they could shoot you. And that is chaos. And that's all life is trying to control the chaos. As George Carlin once said, that a fridge has a butter spot, which is a slightly warmer area in an artificially cold area in an artificially warm area, assuming it's winter, you're making it warmer in your house. In a cold, so it's like outside's cold, inside's warm. You have a fridge which is colder, and then there's a warmer spot in the it's like we're just trying to control the chaos, and that's all life has ever been. Life has always ever been chaos, and us trying to control that now is just the only reason these things are happening more is because there's more people to do it. More mental unrest. That's definitely a factor, okay? Access to guns, of course, that's a factor. But how do you fucking do anything about all of that, you know? Where do you even fucking start, dude? I don't think taking guns is a good idea because they're gonna fucking shoot back. And if police were scared to go into a school because there was a kid with a gun, imagine the fucking military raids that some people would have to go through in order for all of their guns to be taken. Some people have an arsenal. Some of those crazy people have an arsenal because they believe that a war is going to happen. And if you send the military to go and get those guns from them, the war is started. Okay? So that's why I don't think that banning guns is as simple a solution as a lot of people think it is, because the police are too pussy to do it. So you got to send in the military, some fucking Navy SEALs, some crazy ass motherfuckers to go and get them. And they will risk their lives to do it. And they might even die. And so what are we going to do? Spend all that military money? We want to talk about the military industrial complex, the way people spend trillions of dollars on wars. Hey man, let's start a war in our own country. That'll be a civil war. If you ban guns, it's a civil war. So it just by nature of trying to take weapons. So that's a little tricky. And I think, yeah, of course, the solution is to just stop shooting people, but that doesn't really. I thought you thought the idea would be to stop covering it, because people see it in the news and then they're like, I can do that, and then they'll put me on the news or whatever. Whatever sick, twisted fucking thing goes through these people's brains before they do it. The motives, it's like some people are just crazy, and it would be great if we could find out who's crazy and just put them away before they act crazy. But that's a little tricky too, because you're forcibly taking people away. You have to have rational parents at that point to agree that their kid is a danger to people, but no one wants to believe that their kid is capable of doing it. You know, I like to think that if I had a kid, which I never will at this rate, because I don't want to fucking imagine having a kid nowadays and sending them to school and just knowing what happens at school. So, I mean, not in this world, unless I fucking homeschool them, but I'm not smart enough to do that. Maybe it'll be a good mental exercise for me to relearn algebra. Basic algebra, like fucking multiplication. So, yeah, can't take away guns, but definitely I think something should happen. That's my take on it. I would say that this is not good and something should be done about it. And you can't disagree with that. Mass shootings, bad. What should be done about it? Something. I think we can all be on. Let's start there, huh? I saw another headline of an article. I don't really know. I don't know which one this was from, but I thought it was stupid. So it says, people are dating all wrong, according to data science. Cool. So it's not me, it's society as a whole. People are dating all wrong. How did we end up in this scenario with social norms that are just wrong? Does it require programming to develop people who don't do things correctly? What are we doing so wrong? Of course, I'm not going to read the article either, because that's not where fun happens. Fun happens in ignorance, because you can just make up your answers. And sometimes you're right. I was talking about that worm thing. So I was always said in my head that worms poop dirt, because if you cut open a worm, it's like dirt inside of it. And someone commented, bunch of people commented on my one video talking about how worms eat dirt. They're just a tube that slides down in the dirt. And they were like, yeah, you're right. You're actually right that they do that. They eat the dirt and they travel down and they just absorb all the nutrients from the dirt and shit out the rest of the bad dirt. So worms eat dirt. I was right about that. And I didn't have to look it up, because I just decided that I knew it. And I made up a logical explanation. You can invent truth through logic, and it doesn't have to be true, but you can treat it as truth because it doesn't fucking matter. People think they know all this shit. People think they all know all this stuff, and they really don't know that much. Me, I just sit here and I think about it and I know it. I'm God, okay? I'm God. So yeah, I don't really know what people are doing so wrong about dating. People are dating all wrong, according to data science. What is data science? Trends? Yeah, I think okay, yeah. All right, if that's the case, then yeah, I do agree that most people are dating wrong, because most relationships fail, even marriages. Probably most marriages end in divorce, right? So yeah, I think it's safe to say that people are dating wrong, but maybe it's that just people aren't supposed to be monogamous deep down. And resisting that is like, I don't know, some people don't like resisting that. Some people get a little fucking paranoid in their relationships because they think that something's going to happen. Something's bad is around the corner. And you know what? Something is, because your relationship's going to fail. Yeah, your relationship's going to fail. You're never going to feel secure in a relationship because you barely feel secure in your own head. How are you ever going to feel comfortable with some random element, some outside force, always just thinking about what they think about you? Never going to go well, ever. So I got a haircut recently and I had to rethink my sexuality because of it. This pretty motherfucker comes out. He starts touching my head in all different places. And then I get really confused when people start touching my ear and neck area, because that's a soft spot. That's a spot that just gives you tinglies, and I don't know if you've ever like had I don't know if you've ever been macking on someone and you get like a little neck action in there. That's something special. And it just happened to be a man who was making me feel these tingly things. And I wasn't, you know, I wasn't upset about it. It's been a long time since somebody's touched me. And I was totally fine with it being a hairdresser because, I mean, he was a good looking dude. And he was just touching all up on my neck and ear area. And I was sitting there like, because I didn't want to let out like a moan or any type of sound. I didn't want to giggle. I didn't want to go hee hee. I didn't want to do none of that. So I was just sitting there holding my lips together, just kind of biting them. You know, when you put your lips inside your mouth and kind of bite down on them, and he's like but don't worry. I mean, not that you were worried, not that it would even be bad if I was gay, but I'm not. I don't think, because I don't want to fuck a man. I don't want a dick up my butt. But it felt nice to have somebody touch me there. It made me a little confused in the moment. I was just like, this is nice. I'm not bothered by anyone touching me. If someone can make me feel something that I can't feel alone, I said this a long time ago on the podcast. I bet if anyone tried hard enough, they could make me come. You know? Like, you don't have to be gay to receive some sloppy from a man and just nut everywhere. You know, like, they kindly offered it to you and you kindly accepted. None of that makes you gay. They're gay for doing it, but as far as you splooging all over their inside of their mouth walls, it's fine, dude. It's natural. What else is gonna happen when you provoke a cock in that way? You know? That's how I'm gonna refer to a blowjob from now on. Or just any hardening of a phallus is now only to be referred to as provoking. Because it sounds funny that way. And I still have a headache. God damn it. Sometimes I wake up and I drink coffee and I still have a headache. And I'm like, man, I just must have to have more caffeine. So I have another coffee and I just kind of drink caffeine throughout the day until, even if I wasn't hungover or like even if I didn't have a headache to begin with, sometimes I just think that caffeine will solve my headache, and then I just drink caffeine until I have a hangover. And that's not the way to do it, but it's the way that my brain decides that caffeine is supposed to work. Because I'm one of those people who can drink caffeine and then go to bed. It doesn't really fucking do shit to me, so I'll get a coffee at 10 p.m. A nice evening coffee, put some extra sugar in there. It's just nice. But it's totally not fixing my headache. So yeah, dude, I don't know. I felt a little confused at the hairdresser. I got my split ends cut off because I had a bunch of split ends. Everyone always telling me, "Oh, your hair looks like it's fucking dead," and I'm like, "Thanks." It kind of just does that anyway. And now, guess what? That was 3 days ago. No. 1, 2, 3. 3 days ago, I got my hair cut. Guess what? Hair is already splitting again. Okay? So I give up. For the longest time, I was saying that people only tell you to get a haircut because they think that you should get a haircut, not because the hair is dead or nothing. This because they want you to get a haircut. And yeah, my hair looks more alive than it did. My hair's got more curls than it did because there's less split ends weighing them down. But I can't put my hair back. I can't fucking do anything because it's shorter now. So I'm fucking sick and tired of people telling me, get a haircut. You look homeless. You look unkempt. So what? Maybe that's my aesthetic. And it'll go back. And you know what? It won't be forever. Okay? I say I'm going to grow my hair until I'm 30. I thought about it. Maybe 25. All right? Maybe this is almost over. Maybe it'll be another year and a half of this. And then I'll get over it. I'm just trying to experience it, and people keep putting me down. People keep saying, you look like shit. Get a haircut, you fucking bitch. And I'm like, dude, that's a little extreme. And they're like, no, it's not. You look like a fucking piece of shit. And I'm friends with great people who talk to me like this. And it's abusive, yes. Do I like it anyway, though? Yeah. Love it. I love it when people call me a fucking faggot. I love it. I love it when people just, because that's my love language. As a man, you don't really learn how to emotionally connect, You just wanna put people down. And that's the thing. You get it because we're all just calling each other on our all bullshit, just taking the piss, right? Taking the piss, as the British say. Oh, just taking the piss. I just love taking the piss out of my bros. And that's great. I like doing that. Fucking Ricky Gervais' new special, where he's saying points as other people, so it's not him saying it, but people still get mad. It's so funny how he'll say, I don't follow social media anymore. Because I can't, I'm not mad about everything. That's why. It doesn't happen that way, okay? If you use social media, you will become angry at everything. But maybe people use social media because they're already angry and they don't really know why. So they have to be fed things to be angry at so that they can feel better about themselves for not participating in the thing that makes them angry. But dude, when Ricky Gervais makes a joke and then immediately after says, like, the honest part, anytime a comedian clarifies that these are jokes, somehow they just cut whatever content people consume that talks about how bad it is. They cut out the logical parts and people just see the part that's supposed to make them enraged. And they, of course, never watch the full special. Why would they? Every single person who's ever been mad about a comedy special didn't watch it. Because if they did, they'd realize that it's fun. And then they'd feel bad about themselves for laughing at the thing that's supposed to be bad, and they'd just stop watching it because they'd be like, this is wrong. Why am I laughing? This is not right. Why am I laughing at comedy? This isn't supposed to be it. God, people are so fucking retarded. They just stop watching. I'm supposed to be angry. I thought I was supposed to hate comedians. No, you're supposed to fucking laugh. Because you know what? Because, dude, he clarifies. He's like, I'm saying the bad thing to make you laugh because you know what the right thing is. But they just cut around that perfectly so that it's only the bad part, which is the funny part. But when you're thinking in those stupid internet brain and you think it's like you think they actually mean it. Which by definition, I can't think of a more accurate word to describe that than retarded. Comedy. Funny or enraging? I can't, and I simply cannot with these people anymore. Because the only way that I know that this is an outrage or whatever is because I listen to other podcasts that talk about how people are upset about it. But when I watch it through just my brain and I don't listen to anyone else, I understand it for what it is, and you don't need to be mad about everything. And I know it's very simple for me to be a podcaster talking about this again, talking about cancel culture and the things that people don't like. Yeah, I know, dude. It's fucking annoying. I wish I wasn't talking about it as well. But I feel as though it is my duty to tell the world that they're being retarded. You're not allowed to say retarded. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If you don't like it, you can go away. Go the fuck away. I don't want you. If you don't like what I'm saying, bye. I just said that more people should be killed in school shootings, okay? This is obviously real. This is obviously real and genuinely how I feel. And I realized that some people are so stupid nowadays that they can't tell when it turns on and when it turns off. You know, when am I actually being serious? And to that I say, I don't know. You figure it out. You figure out when I'm being serious. It's not my job. I just say it. I'll just say it and you figure out what you actually think. Because I don't even care. I'm just spewing, you know? Obviously I think fucking guns shouldn't exist, but they have to. It's sticky. It's all just sticky. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to talk about it on your podcast for the 700 millionth time. That's what you're going to do. Because that's the other half of the coin is the people you need to talk about, the people who are being enraged, to give them more credit. You wouldn't know about this if I didn't talk about it because I'm your news source. Okay? Stupid. God. It's not, I don't even think like some people don't even get where the jokes are placed. That was me just being ironic because you've heard it from other podcasters who are more popular than I am about cancel culture, that the 6 of you listening aren't getting this as your source of news. So, you know, it's like whatever, dude. I want to leave you with this before I leave for the day, because it's getting pretty hot in my room because I gotta have the AC off, otherwise it'll be noisy. Here's why you should die. Okay? This is why you should die. Would you support a genocide on people who want genocide? Like, to take all the group of people who say, this group of people should die and just get rid of them, because who needs that? I know I would, because that seems like a net positive to get rid of the people who want to get rid of a certain group of people. But here's the thing, and this is why you should die. You, by wanting to get rid of the group of people who want to get rid of the group of people, want to get rid of a group of people. So you support a genocide. And that's why you should die. Because when you follow that logic, it's like, oh yeah, it sounds like it would be a pretty good idea to round up all the people who admit to wanting a group of people to die. And we should just kill them all. But you want that group of people to die. So you should die too. And you should just die, and we should all die, and we're all gonna die. We're just waiting in line, waiting for our turn. And maybe it'll be at the mall. Maybe it'll be at a Walgreens. You don't know. Could happen any moment. Life is chaos. It doesn't matter. And that's why I think everybody should have a gun. There should be turrets on every building to just fucking get rid of all of us. Because who needs them? Who needs anybody? Who needs people, dude? I'm sick of You want to meet another person, dude? What? How interesting could they possibly be? Oh, let me hear about your life. God. I'm only interested in me. I only want to talk about me and the things that I think are funny. I don't want to actually talk about details of people's lives. Anytime I'm around another person, it's an escape from my fucking boring ass life, and I want to talk about silly stuff. I don't want to talk about real shit. Real shit is for my own head, and it happens all the time. And yeah, I could have another deep talk about life and shit, and talk about how I don't feel close to anyone. I don't feel like I have anybody. But who wants to do that for the 40 millionth time, dude? That's so fucking, I'm over it. I'm over being close to people. All you have is yourself. So fucking get used to them or stop trying. All right, that's about all I got for this episode. This really turned nihilistic as fuck at the end. But who gives a shit? Go get shot.